I used to be the most cherished child in my family until my brother was born, and every single one of my out-of-line behaviors became threats to him. On my brother's first birthday, I spent an entire month building him a singing castle from over 1,000 pieces. But when I turned it on, the dazzling lights and mechanical sound scared him into tears. That night, my father smashed my castle, and my mother slapped me for the first time in my life. The next day, I was sent to a boarding reform academy that claimed to reshape lives. My father looked at me with ice-cold eyes. "Director Wallace, my daughter has something wrong with her head. I need you to make her normal. As for payment, I'll donate $10 million to the academy. Plus, I'll cover all future education expenses for your son." 3 years later, they came to pick me up from the academy. Seeing me in my rigid white dress, hands folded up my abdomen, walking as if measured by a ruler, they were extremely satisfied. My father smiled and opened his arms toward me. "Baby, I'm here to take you home." Instead, I took a step back, bowed in standard form, and recited in a voice devoid of emotion. New Life Code, Article 3, physical contact within 3 meters with strangers is prohibited unless necessary. My father's outstretched arms froze in midair. The smile on his face gradually disappeared, leaving only shock. My mother hurried over, forcefully pulling down his arms, plastering a smile on her face. "You've learned manners now. That's wonderful." She tried to take my hand. I stepped back again, maintaining a 3-meter distance from her. My mother's smile completely froze. My father's expression darkened, but he still said patiently, "Nora, stop this. Come home with us." I didn't move, only stared at them expressionlessly. After a full minute, I finally nodded. "Command confirmed. Return home." I turned and began walking, each step precisely the same distance as the last. They followed behind me in complete silence. The car stopped in front of a familiar mansion, but I felt nothing. They led me into a room. Pure white walls, pure white bedsheets, a pure white desk. The room contained only necessities, without any extra decoration, like a high-end hospital room. My father said with a hint of flattery, "Nora, look, we prepared this new room for you. You always complained your room was messy before. You'll definitely like this one." I surveyed the room and nodded. Meets New Life Code Appendix 2, Environmental Cleanliness Standards. A muscle in my father's face twitched. Dinner time. I sat at the table, back perfectly straight, hands resting on my knees. When the meal began, I picked up my fork and only took food from directly in front of me. The number of times I chewed, when I drank water, everything strictly followed some invisible standard. My mother watched me, her eyes filled with indescribable heartache. She placed a piece of roasted meat in my bowl. "Nora, this used to be your favorite. Try some." I set down my fork. Then, right in front of her, I picked out that piece of meat and placed it on an empty plate beside me. I raised my head, looking at her face that had instantly turned pale, and calmly recited, "New Life Code, Article 7, refuse unrequested offerings to eliminate greed. You don't need to follow those ridiculous rules at home." My father finally lost his patience and slammed the table with a low roar. I turned my gaze to him, my eyes without a ripple of emotion. The code is life itself. It cannot be violated. The air fell deadly silent. Just then, a little boy in pajamas came toddling over. He held up a red toy in his hands, presenting it to me. "Nora, play with me." It was my brother. I immediately stood up from my chair and quickly stepped back 2 paces, creating distance between us. New Life Code, Article 19, contact with addictive entertainment items is prohibited. My reaction was fast and mechanical. My 4-year-old brother was frightened. He froze in place, his mouth trembling, then burst into tears. The piercing cry shattered the quiet of the dining room. 3 years ago, it was also such